back. There we go. All done. Good boy, good hiking dog. He's pretty good for a 7-month-old boy. He gets into a bit of trouble every day or two, but or a few times a day.
What's up?
So now we are going to spin around and go that way behind us. And we're going to go check out some new logging blocks where they logged this winter. And we have a side-by-side trail here, an old trapper's cabin that they logged across. So we're going to go check that out.
Turns about as sharp as my truck.
I think my F450 turns sharper than this thing. This way first. Yeah. Okay. Left again. Yeah, they logged it. Oh, that's such nice meadows there. You can see something way up there in the distance. I don't know what that is. It's white. That's got to be up towards that Farewell Lake where that cabin is. Yeah. There's really nice spruce meadows down there, and then some new logging blocks from this winter. Haven't hauled the wood out yet, so I'm gonna fly the drone over there later. So that's the cut block right there that we want to check out, the high one. We have a trail that goes along the base of that ridge all the way along here. They went and logged across it, left a bunch of big pile of debris across the trail, so let's see if we can get around it. We're on Winter Road here. It looks like it's dried out pretty good now. There's one road last year that we sunk right into it. Frost had just come out of it, both side by side, sunk into about 2 feet of mud. I was pretty surprised. Like, I've never expected a side by side to do that. Well, that's where I took my sled, like, or right around the perimeter, but there was a couple feet, 3 feet of snow in the cut block. But to get a side by side around, like, these are the burn piles I was talking about.
Oh.
And like that, up that upper burn pile there is where the trail was, and the trail went right across there.
And
so
what trail is that?
The one that goes from the trapper's cabin to Deception Lake. I didn't realize they went way up here. Yeah, right there. Yeah, you can see the trail right there. But they left all this debris here. Well, the trail that takes off up Moose Mountain is only like half a kilometer that way, like the ATV trail. So, might be able to build a new trail off of this one. Yeah, so this is the end of the road. We're just turning around here. Yeah, lots of garbage wood there. So look at that block. Well, I want to check it out with the drone if it's not too windy. Yeah, end of the road right here. And I was going to try to fly the drone because there's one more cut block here where they've deactivated it here, I think. But she might be a little windy. It's starting to hail here and blow. I'll have to give it a try. Hey, Kashi. You want to get out for a minute? Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, this winter road, I was a little concerned about it being soft. It's not too bad, but you can see we did sink in a bit. This is quite soft, a lot of it. You can see it over here. Frost is probably just coming out of the ground up here. Or just came out. Huh. Isn't that interesting? How did they access this? They must have built a bridge across here. In the winter, I'm guessing, because it's all moss down there. And it's untouched. And then yet, road carries on over here. I want to check that out with the drone. Well, that was interesting checking that out with the drone. I kept getting the wind warning, but they've logged way up in high elevation there. And this is actually the south side of Moose Mountain. So where we hiked earlier today, there's like, you know, a few kilometers of meadows and kind of rolling hills on top of the mountain. And that kind of goes over and then drops off, and we're on the south side of it now. So there's an ATV trail maybe a kilometer to the east that goes up to the top as well, which I haven't been up yet, but I know about it. And, yeah, I'm surprised these login roads actually go almost to the top, but see, it's been deactivated there. Well, head down the hill and maybe go down to those other blocks where those decks of wood are, and fly the drone, and then head back. And you can tell it's a little soft here. So just checking out, I found this spot. They had logged right across our trail, and I mean, I'm all for logging. It's awesome, but it's sometimes nice when they take traditional trails into account and kind of log around them, or at least clear a spot for you to get through after. But you see right there, there's one of our favorite trails comes from this trapper's cabin. Somebody cleared this out. You can see some side-by-sides have been through here. But then you come up here and our trail carries on straight that way, and there's this big burn pile right there, right across where we need to go. So what I'm going to do is drive down to the edge of the cut block. I took my snowmobile around that perimeter, followed that tree line around, and got back on the trail. But there was also 3 feet of snow covering all this debris, so it was easier with the sled. So I wanted to just kind of scope it out and see if anybody's been through there with a side-by-side yet. So looking for a way over to the left here, way to get through. I'm gonna park right here and then just take a little walk, I think.
People have gone through there for sure. There's not...
Oh yeah, there's tracks going through there.
Yeah.
Somebody might have done some clearing.
I think I would have just pushed the shit out of the way with a cat or something.
Yeah, just run a cat through there. Because further down, like if you follow this trail past the trapper's cabin where we did a bit of brush clearing last year with Warren, Georgia. Down there, they logged all on the perimeter of that trail, but they never crossed it. It's like they took the trail into account, just followed the trail, every corner of the trail. But here they just destroyed it. Yeah, so there's side-by-side tracks. You can see the tread marks right there. So somebody looks like they've gone through here. Looks pretty mucky over here. Huh. I don't know. It's like a freaking mess. That's what it looks like. Like I said, I'm all for logging, but at least leave our trails usable that we've been using for years. I took my snowmobile right along here. Like I was saying, there's 3 feet of snow that was covering all this debris. And it was frozen, so it wasn't a problem, but it doesn't look like, to me, like anybody's been through here yet. Yeah, you can see the falling boundary. Well, where I took my sled was right across here and then up. And then that trail is probably halfway up this cut block and then carries on to the east or northeast that way. Doesn't look like it'd be done right now with a side-by-side, but it doesn't look horrible. We might have to do some chainsawing and clearing in order to get through here and carry on. But I'll have to find out more about this, talk to some people, see if they filed a complaint about it, and then see if they're going to do anything about it or not. If not, we'll have to carry on, I guess, and do the work ourselves. If we got together and moved a whole bunch of these small logs, it's not like they've left a lot of big debris here. So we might be able to get around there without too much trouble if we have a crew of people to throw logs aside. Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I was riding my snowmobile through here. Just in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of big timber. Feels like you're very remote, and then all of a sudden you come out on a road like this. And you're like, wow, they've been busy up here all winter. Mr. Kashi, you went out? Laura's going to check this burn. See where they burnt piles here on this cut block. She's going to check it for mushrooms, morels. They usually grow the next year after a burn. That's where we're going to head over there. You can see the decked logs. Going to head over there and check it out. Should be hauling the wood out of there, it looks like, in the next couple weeks. I would guess, as soon as the road bands come off. So I'd like to go and check that out. We fly the drone around a bit if it's not too windy. Laura was just saying that it's been planted. So new trees planted. Probably means that it was burned the year before last, which means there may not be mushrooms because they're usually the first year after a burn. So if it burns in the summer or fall, the mushrooms will grow the following spring. And from here, our house is actually like right down there. You can see some green fields there. And we are just beyond those, probably 5 kilometers and a little bit to the right. But as the crow flies here, we're probably only 8 or 10 kilometers from home. But is there wild strawberries? Yeah. To drive back, it's more like a 20 kilometer. It's not a very direct route. Yeah, this is the spot we were looking at from across the valley a few minutes ago. You see there's wood decked up there and some over here, but this is deactivated with a ditch. It looks pretty soft. We might be able to get through the side by side, but we'd be rubbing bottom. But I'm just gonna fly the drone over here and have a look. Still pretty windy up there though. This is where I made the mistake of flying the drone downwind a mile or so in strong winds. It's all sped up. And right here I ran into trouble, lost my signal, watched the trees sway into the wind. This is all sped up, of course. Otherwise it's a long video. But I had real trouble here. I went up higher for a better signal, and the wind was too strong to fly it. It was doing about 1 mile an hour. Then I descended to get out of the wind. The wind was less strong, but then I lost my signal here. And I used to start flying it with a lot of trouble. According to my controller, I was still a quarter mile away, and right here it started running out of batteries. And I'm standing right where those two roads join, and I still thought the drone was about a mile away. And it comes in for kind of a crash landing right here. And you see a little poof of dust right here.
Jason's going for a walk to see if he can land his drone up there because it's too windy for him to fly back. Where are we going, babe?
Well, my gun just fell in the dirt because this came unthreaded. So I flew the drone over a mile to the east, looking at these logging blocks. I knew it was windy out from earlier, obviously. We talked about this. I flew down there over all these cut blocks to the end. And when I tried to turn around, the wind was too strong and I could not fly back. It literally would not move.
So now we are going to look.
So I walked up ahead here to the junction in the road. And I tried to lower it to get out of the strong winds, and then it lost its signal, which I was afraid of. And then as I walked towards it more, I was finally able to get low enough and get signal and start flying it back. But it was a very slow progress. Then it started running out of battery. And eventually, I was following the road back in case I had to land. And eventually, it got to such a critical low battery, it landed itself when I was about to land anyway. It had like 10% battery left. And I walked. I took the road up here. You look. I took the road to the left thinking that was where it was, up that way. It was only 852 feet away from my controller when it landed, but it turns out that road dead ends. So I took the wrong road, had the backtrack. Then I thought, well, I don't want you to worry if I start going up the other road. I'm gone a while.
With no gun.
With no gun.
And no dog.
So I came back and got Laura the gun and the dog. And now we're going to take the road to the right, which is apparently the one that goes all the way. Okay. We see it already. Like, just...
Oh my God, is it broken?
I hope not.
It's upside down. Oh no.
Shouldn't be.
No.
I watched the screen. Oh, how are the blades?
Y'all look fine to me.
Whoa. One light still flashing. Here, let me hold that. Stick. I saw a little poof of dust in my screen when I landed. Lucked out, it's pretty smooth here. Like, a lot of that's pretty rough. Like, if you look at this stuff. And I was just barely on the road, which I thought. Like, I was 2 feet from the ditch. But when it took control, like, I was coming into land. But you know, the crazy thing is it told me 852 feet away from the home point, but that must be from home point.
Yeah.
Because I was literally right down there by that orange ribbon stump, like 100 yards away, and I didn't even hear it because of the wind. Still not attached.
Oh.
Couldn't get it attached. Well, I could have, but you were on your way.
Did I rush you? You always rush me, so.
Well, so it looks okay, like all the blades.
Yeah. You're lucky.
Huh. Anyway, I was coming to look at these decked log piles and get some drone footage, which I still could. I just got to stay low. This is what you call a winter road. I can't believe that. So I took the wrong road walking because I was sure that it was on that road. I thought that was the one that all, like, if you're sitting here looking, this one looks like it just goes part way up and ends. Yeah. That's the one that looks like it goes, like, there's like 5 of these cut blocks. That's the one that looks like it goes all the way. Well, that was fun. Okay, I'm happy to be back. I got this. What if those are the ones that just came down? Yeah. She's windy. Culverts, free culverts. We should put those on the side by side. Just take them home. Okay, I'm gonna try. I never learned. I'm gonna try flying the drone one more time, but I'm not gonna go far. I'm gonna just fly around these log decks here, the stuff over there. Just get some footage. I always love these log decks. They kind of look, they just look cool. It's almost like art. Okay, babe, where's our next hike gonna be? Should we charge the drone up, fly some more in the strong wind? My lady wants to go home. Well, I think we got some pretty cool footage with the drone that time. You have to check it out, and didn't even crash it. Where are we, babe?
What do you mean, where are we?
We're back to our junction. There's our hike from earlier. And we're heading back down our connector trail.
I
Chickens. All right. I gotta see. We're back in our yard. Just gotta check out. So we did 62 kilometers. Burnt like an 8th tank of gas. This thing's really good on gas. Yeah, 41.8 miles, 7 hours, 23 minutes since we left the house. She's all put to bed. That was an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.